Good morning to everyone. I hope I'm so a very good morning to everyone. I am Anita from the mUni Campus team. I would like to welcome Mr. Rajesh Kumar, Manager Recruitment from the Talent Acquisition team of Mastek. So before starting with today's pre-placement talk by Mr. Rajesh, I would like to give you a brief introduction about ourselves, that is mUni Campus. So mUni Campus here is for transforming campus recruitment with AI-powered mUni Seagull, the solution what we offer. So we are here to facilitate the seamless discovery of the right career choices and the early career talent. Okay, so basically mUni Campus is an AI-powered centralized internship and a campus recruitment suite to transform the campus recruitment process for the institute and for the recruiters, and also to support and manage the students. So basically, we're here for adding wings to the career discovery for the students, for the candidates who are applying for the job. So I am glad and I welcome Mr. Rajesh to take it forward from here. Mr. Rajesh, are you there?
Yeah, thank you, Anita.
Mr. Rajesh, you're not audible if you are speaking something. Your voice is a little low, I guess.
It's not audible yet?
Now it is. We can hear you.
Okay. So, Anita, first of all, let's introduce myself. Myself is Rajesh, and I'm working as a recruitment lead and manager here in the Mastek for the US offshore team mainly. And Mastek is basically a IT service provider company and providing services to our various customer across 40 countries right now, including UK, Europe, US, Middle East, Asia, Pacific, and as well as India also. So we are covering all the domain, either it's insurance domain or in all verticals, I can say, e-commerce, insurance, medical, every domain we are covering and providing the services to our client. So right now, for our Mumbai location, we are going to hire a bunch of people for the .NET as well as on the Java platform. Right now, for .NET hiring is going on, and the batch is going to be start from the next month itself. Hello.
Mr. Rajesh, you're audible. We can hear you.
Yeah, so right now, anything from anyone? Any question?
So there are a couple of questions coming in the chat box in some time, so we can really, check that and revert. By the time you can just brief them about the complete profile as we have discussed.
Okay, so Mastek is going to hire freshers initially. So for this position, we are going to hire a B.Tech graduates or any postgraduate qualification we are going to hire for the same, who are passed out either in 2019, 2021 or going to pass out in 2022 batch. Okay, for all this purpose, the company will provide the training also, and there will be initially 3 months training the company will provide for the same. The company just want to understand the candidate should have the basic knowledge and understanding of the OOPS concept, the basic concept of the language, either it's a Java or .NET. For initial 3 months, company will provide the training from our training and the development program. After that, the company will put the candidate as a shadow resources under the guidance of some senior developer. And after 3 months, he will work as an individual contributor on any of the real-time project. And from the day one, the company will provide the complete salary of the gross package is about 3.6 LPA per annum. As the company is providing the salary as well as providing the training also, so the company has the expectation the candidate should give a commitment for at least 2 years to the company. If any candidate is leaving before 2 years, there will be one training repayment cost the candidate has to pay. So that's all about the benefits, what we are providing to the candidate, and what are the clauses there for the same. Yeah, Anita, now you can move ahead.
So there are a couple of questions like if you can just explore the chat box, there are a couple of questions from students like, they want to really understand the selection process once again. Is coding mandatory for mechanical stream students? A couple of questions there in the chat box.
Yeah, I'm going one by one.
Yes.
Yeah, so first of all, the interview process. What are the interview process? 2 rounds of interview will be there. One is one online test. We will share the link with the candidate, and the candidate has to do that online test. That test will contain a question of the general awareness, communication skills, as well as basic of the programming language. So if any candidate will score the passing marks in the first round, then after we will move to the next round of the interview. That is a purely technical call. In that call, it's a video call, purely technical. It's a team video call. We will conduct that. And in that call, the technical person will ask about the basic of the like OOPS concept, some questions on the database, basics like joins, triggers, tables, and all that. And they just want to understand what the candidate has done either in their educational curriculum or any other project he has done, and what's the role he has performed in that project. Any other question? I'm unable to see the chat right now. One sec. Okay. I know basic and knowledge of C++. Yeah, training period will be 3 months. When we are talking about the training period, as I told you, after joining, our L&D department will provide the training for 3 months. That it's not mandatory candidate should have the programming language of either Java or C Sharp, but the candidate will well aware of the programming language, the OOPS concept, and the other things. Basic knowledge of C Sharp is enough. And any programming language you welcome, either it's C Sharp, C, Python, anything is fine, not an issue. In terms of bond, 2 years commitment, as I told you, 2 years commitment will be there. So the candidate has to be there for at least 2 years. Yeah, one good question like if training will be paid. As I told you, if once the candidate got selected, he will be part of the Mastek itself from day one. And from day one, he will be eligible for the gross salary of 3.6. And training is a part of your employment itself. Location will be Mumbai. And test, I will either me or Anita will share the test with you. I will share with Anita and she will share with you guys. The minimum package, someone has asked about the minimum package. Minimum package is about 3.6 LPA from the initial date itself. After 1 year, the packet gets revised and your designation also will get changed. Someone has asked for its work from home or office. So yeah, it's right now it's work from home, but down the line it will be in the office itself, but because the offices are going to be open very soon, maybe next month itself. Test date. There is no any specific test date. I will share the test link for the same. Okay, and you have to complete as soon as possible because the interview is going on. If you clear the test link by today itself, maybe this week itself, I will set up the call for you. And test link, I will share on your email ID. Whatever the email ID Anita will provide to me, I will share the test link on your email ID itself. Coding knowledge, yeah, it's somehow mandatory because while interview, they will show some like OOPS concept code also. And they will ask you to judge with which OOPS concept the code is related to. So at least you should have some basic understanding of the code and the OOPS concept also. In terms of bond, as I told you, 2 years commitment will be needed. %60 compulsory in 10th or 12th. No, there is not no such criteria for the same. Total number of vacancy right now in .NET, we do have 40 vacancy right now. And most probably in next month, we are going to hire the same strength batch of 40 for Java also. How many technology we are working? We are working almost all kind of technology, because we do have multiple offices in India, right?
Mr. Rajesh, your voice is again.
Yeah, now is it okay?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so as it basically Mastek is a CMM level 5 company. So we do have multiple offices in India. The main office is in Mumbai, and we do have the other office in Noida, Goa, Chennai, Ahmedabad, and very soon we are going to open the office in Bangalore as well as in Hyderabad also. And in terms of technology, few location purely working on the e-commerce, few are working on healthcare industry domain. So whatever the skill sets is there in the market in terms of technology, all we are working on, and in fact the latest technology. Yeah, you can relocate to the location. That's not an issue. We are not looking for the local, anyone who is ready to join our office in the Mumbai, that's workable. Do you work Python? Yes, we are working on the Python also. Java batch will start from the next month, hopefully. So yes, we are interviewing for that also. Mostly the question is about the package as well as the bond, right? So we are not saying it's a bond, but yeah, it's a kind of bond itself. Company is saying that we are providing a training while your employment. So for 3 months, the company will provide the complete training. And in that 3 months, you are getting the complete salary also month-wise, right? So in terms of that, the company need a commitment for 2 years. And if anyone is leaving the company before 2 years, the candidate has to pay 2 lakhs as a training repayment cost. And the package will be 3.6 for the first year. After 1 year, as per the company norms, it will get changed. It will revise and it will get increased. In terms of the technology we are talking about, so mainly for two technology we are hiring. One is for the .NET, other is for the Java. Education gap is also acceptable. We are also working in network administration, but right now we don't have any opening for on the fresher level. Mastek is not a US based organization. Mastek is founded in India itself in I believe 1982. And Mastek, as I told you, Mastek is covering about 40 countries across the globe. US is one of the region we are covering, and the US market is basically we are working the e-commerce domain, latest e-commerce domain project we are getting from the US side. Someone has mentioned, I don't know Java or .NET. I know C, C# and Python. That's not an issue. If you are ready to move in either Java or .NET and your basics are clear, no problem on that, because the company is going to provide the training. And no percentage criteria right now. Test date as soon as possible. I will share by today also, or I will share with Anita and she will share with you guys today itself. And the test timing will be about 50 minutes. It will take 50 minutes to complete the test. And passing marks is also only 33%.
So I guess we are getting more or less repeated questions here.
Right.
So guys, as informed by Mr. Rajesh, that the test would be in a form of a link. So we'll be sharing this link with your respective respected institute, and that would be circulated with you guys. You will have to click on the link, appear for the test, and post that the further process of interview will happen. As Mr. Rajesh has mentioned, the test would be done anytime by clicking on the link, and the link would be shared with you guys by end of the day today. So hold on till that time. Okay. Further to brief you all, the test would be for 50 minutes and the passing is of 33%. Okay. So any more questions in terms of I think we have already given you the idea about the selection process, the test, the interview, and you have already discussed about the pay package and other things. Any more specific questions from anybody? Uh, Negative marking and selection cutoff are some of the questions coming up.
There is no negative marking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a basic, a simple test. The online test is very simple. Easily the candidate will go through it. It will contain some English language questions, some general knowledge questions, basic of the OOPS concept. So it's a very general questions. Mostly the people will go through it. No problem on that. If we feel that you are good on some side like programming language, you are very good and you will miss the test by hardly 1 or 2 marks, we will allow you to do the test once again. But depend on the criteria. Test will be done, prefer to do it on the laptop. If not, you can do it on the mobile also. And link will be activated for at least 2 to 3 days. But as I suggest you, number of position is 40. Interview is going on. So as soon as possible, you will complete the test. I will set up the next round interview.
So I guess most of the questions have already been answered. If there are no specific questions, then we can close this session. Mr. Rajesh, you want to highlight any further points?
No, I think I have mentioned everything. Price passing criteria, I already mentioned that. Total number of questions will be around 39. And out of 39, the passing marks is only 13. So it's not tough one. I think everyone can do it. In the next round, obviously, mostly rejection is coming on the second and the technical call, because they will ask you to explain the things. Either it's a OOPS concept, basic of the database, or whatever you have done. So if you are able to explain clearly, not to worry. You have, if not, you have to brush up the things.
Great. So thank you very much, Mr. Rajesh, for your time and for this information, the pre-placement talk with the students. I guess almost all the queries have been answered by Mr. Rajesh, and all the students will be informing you with the further details. So don't worry, the test link would be circulated by end of the day today or maximum by tomorrow with all the required information, so that you can appear for it, and then further you can go for the interview process. So thank you, Mr. Rajesh. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you everybody for joining.
Thank you, Anita. Anita, there was one last question.
Okay.
After technical call, HR is there, but it's a one-to-one. No group discussion. Is that fine?
Yes. So maybe if you can just once again repeat the selection process.
The selection, I will just explain again once again the interview process. 3 rounds of interview will be there. One is the online test. Another one is the technical interview with our technical panel. And after that HR call, it's a one-to-one HR call, no group discussion.
Great. Okay. I guess we don't have any further questions.
Yeah, it's a repetitive question.
Yes, yes. So thank you, Mr. Rajesh. We'll close the session here, and thank you all the participants, candidates for joining the session.
Okay. Thank you, Anita. I will share the link with you. You
Great.
can
Yes.
share with the candidate or their TPO. They will move ahead.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.